Hi guys, and welcome back to another wrestling video on wrestling review or Daniel Jokingly. I know, but I shall be your raw review. Um, so guys, thank you all for the feedback in the previous videos. I really do appreciate it. As I've said, I've done a channel at Jurassic Spilling and everything in that video about why my next tier review has been pushed back to Thursday and all sorts to do with the channel. I will be addressing a comment on in a video on Friday afternoon, so check that out as well. But without any further ado, so let's get into this one. So yeah, shall we start off with um, shall we start off with Stephanie Here, she's still got that new theme song. I wish it did ever back the 411 version. That was better. And that was better than the track she comes out. So we then get Stephanie saying um she doesn't want to wait any longer. She will obviously when it's her first often she wants her take over. Oh, if Morgan get out here now. Also, Liverpool IGs, she comes out with Rock, San Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez. Um, she's, she's, um, she says she doesn't care about the FL, uh, the championship, and she doesn't care about the hold after her. She's a champion for her and um, the, she's on the path to becoming no longer as reigning world champion for the women of all time. And she basically says to Stephanie, wait, I beat you at WrestleMania, and I'll beat you again. And Stefan interrupts by saying, uh, you, you, you're saying that from all the way back, the here come the own and fight. So I've actually said she'll go on the regret saying that she has Steph surrounded uh, outcomes by Kayla and to make the save after the 30th. Uh, um, she accidentally hits the once they see of the judgment day, the two get into a bit of a slang and pushing. Uh, then you see with of Morgan. all out Becky Lynch, um, a thorough, she throws her into the steel horse, um, Stephanie takes out the other member of the Judgment Day, but avoids her role and then the Judgment Day eventually start and go. Pretty good segment here. We'll get I think we'll get a triple threat match at the next pay-per-view. Let me know, guys, if you will go on a review of the next pay-per-view. I think it'll be Sunday night's main event. Let me know if you will want a review of that. Um, Next up, we have, before we get uh, to our first, well, no, actually, we go into the second match, and it's Javon Evans versus JD McDonough. Now, um, now, the, the, this match here was pretty good, but before we get into the match, actually, Dominic Mysterio and JD cut up promo. JD's already in his ring gear and prep for this match, but um, Dominic Mysterio, he was angry. He says he's angry about his deadbeat dad leaving him out the old luchador to earn. I mean, he says he is the king of the luchadors and he should be. And Javon Evans barges past and he says to he says he says I read tweet a big ask him on Big had the long legs get out here because he wants a retribution for the attacks. Um so yeah. So yeah, so JD McDuck on us so JD McDonald so JD McDonagh on the mic and he says look at the floor there's an arena full of people and he's the dumbest big ass handed him his ass for the past 2 weeks and he's still wants more. Unfortunately for him, he has to take his beatings from the Judgment Day. So Jiver on actually, he said, "Yeah, well, let's go. I'll put your big head through the so we get the match, and so we get the match here. Jiver on is actually on the back for much of it. You do get a cool spot where he dives over the barricade into Timekeeper. JD's on the chair, and it knocks him further back in the chair. I liked that. Into the second ad, but like the match sees JD work on the legs. a bit later on, the on a hits a bright rain, but I still that could have got on the win. Javon was able to get it out and eventually hit the OG. He cutter. The amount of height that he gets on it is impressive. I just wish so did Robert Boy. I just wish so they'd do a bit more with JD McDonough. Do a bit more with JD McDonough. He's very talented. Um, it does have the devil inside Super X, but I think the brain but still a better move for him. As Javon celebrates, um, as Javon celebrates, but I ask and the big boot and the ragdoll from east to the other Ross and Javon gets back on them. I got their Cass leaves the ring. So he says, Yoka asks, um is that the best you've got? Oh, and Cass asks is okay. Javon gets upper hand with the foot as discussed the turns on the ring apron and Tope suicida on us. It looks as though Javon's getting the upper hand and big ass it was ass, but then Dominic Mysterio has a cheap shot. JT McDuck on the gives him a partner egg uh, and Big Cass again to dispose of it heavy and the I'm with one final big uh, um it previously worked under the big W Morrissey name in both uh, TNA and the big Bill name in AEW. Um, so yeah, this is him having a more destructive nature. The way Brutus Holland around Evan was the baby's falling around Evans lead to believe that his first feud. But Michael Cole actually he says on commentary that you said that wasn't personal against Yvonne, so why are you doing this to this kid? Um, so yeah. Um, so yeah, in the back you see the you see the so saying it's coming back to the power or Dwayne they do a weaver to the dance of talking about solos what solo looks did you expect to be joining the what do I like? And also be thanking till we get to the end to the show Elwin it says a year right you don't have to go through with the but the Usos say the OTC is eating so yeah, that's fine. you do get the Anheusen wishing himself a happy birthday and he sings himself happy birthday because it's his um 'cause it was his birthday last night. It was also Paige's birthday. So even though Danhausen gets on my tits, would actually like to extend the happy birthday wishes. I did get him his P for I've, but I don't know if I've done the post for him. But yeah, um, but yeah, nah, and all seriousness, happy birthday to both Paige the and her husband, and um and congratulations to Liv Morgan on getting engaged as well to her wife, and he's not a but has the tall, is he? But yeah, nah, in all seriousness, wrestlers put their bodies on the line and they're entitled to private life, so good to up to Morgan and our partner. Let's make that yeah, and the whole with my organ stuff over the years has been a bit of fun between me and Sean, so I just thought I'd clarify that. But yeah, then we get to the if Phoenix up um, up against Alpha Skull. Now, if you don't know who Alpha Skull is, he's the son of the original Abismo Negro. He's been locked in a feud with the new Abismo Negro, who the original trained um Alpha Skull translates from Spanish into the prosecutor is one of the bigger luchadors in Chile. He kind of reminds me of the height of oh, a Parker 3, who's also on the Triple roster that we're gonna against Penta next week can Canada and Lesnar number one contenders tournament to face Roman Reigns. Of course, if you watch Triple Phoenix previously defeated Laredo Kid, who gave a good showing in the tournament. Michael Cole actually reminds us that the original Abysmal Negro competed on WWF Superstars back in '97. I've previously mentioned before there was a working agreement in the nine in the '90s with Triple A and WWE or F or F it was no on back then. But yeah, it was just a loose agreement. You'd occasionally get Triple A stars competing on like are all superstars. There was a whole bunch of them in the 96 Rumble. Um, Many older viewers to the channel will remember Ascaris. He's missed you as I forgot it was an over the top rope elimination style match, and he eliminated himself with a crossbody. 97 he included more Triple A stars like the Latin over again, who's been in the crowd for the World's Killer event. This here was a pretty good match. Elvis Skull got a lot of offense in, including a tombstone pile driver, which is banned in Mexico. It was his dad finisher. Um, of course, the spin and the spin and then Cox get fast as well. He had a lot of offense. Ray Phoenix had to get lined out. Um, he eventually does with the Mexican muscle buster, and it was a pretty good match. Good shown by Elvis Girl here. Oh, each report who I used for my notes, guys, actually gave the as a sequel. Us, I'm gonna go higher and say that was a E because it was a good shown from Fisker. Plenty of offense, so Fisker um so Fisker was eliminated by Phoenix's Mexican muscle buster and Mexican muscle buster. Next week you get with a Parker 3 up against Penta. They showed how Laura Parker played advanced against Psycho Clown on Saturday Night Triple show. Interference by some Luchasaurus looking dude again costing Psycho Clown. I don't think it was him, it's just the mask looks similar to Luchasaurus. Uh, but the crowd though were quiet during the match. It was a shame. I don't think they knew who Elvis Gal was, in fairness. I think it's more the hardcores like you that will watch Triple. It's actually only an hour vegan, so it's pretty easy going. I recommend I recommend that to Paul to watch Triple. Just bear in mind though, Paul, because I know that you are a wrestling fan um back back in the day. Just to bear in mind, Paul, with Triple from from some of the backstage segments. They use subtitles as the programming is in Spanish. So a lot of the backstage segments are in Spanish. You do get Rey Mysterio and Andrea Bizarre TV, and Ray is off doing general manager stuff of actually um well and some translation and commentary. It streams on the WWE official YouTube channel. You just seem to be getting into a lot more of my content. No pressure. I just thought I'd recommend chirp away to you. But enough of that, guys. Enough of showing chirp away. We then get with and get a promo from Ira just before the match with Soluk. Uh, um, she again looks like act out, and I do like this presentation of her as a heel. She says um She says he ought to been the first women's intercontinental champion or we're the taking out heel he or now it's all about Soruka and tonight she's gonna go through Soruka as a pathway to get to the origin he gets. During the match though guys, Michael Cole and Oregon Ames made mention of Bale. So maybe Bale is still under contract because there's been a lot of talk about Bale, his contract situation behind the scenes. Maybe she's selling the effects of the attack. I don't know or too much about the guys, but yeah, it just seems that way from the mentions from what Ira in the backstage pre-tape and also from Michael Cole and Corey Graves here. Again though, decent show on from what Ira. She had them solo um tied up tied up for like a pretzel and a few holds. She's added a few submission holds into her moveset, but Soul is able to get it out and have a competitive match. She does hit the Soul Snatcher to get the win. I'm a big Soul a fan of Sugar Eyes. No, she's a very talented wrestler, and she's one to watch for the future. She's already held the Women's Intercontinental Championship. She appeared on John Cena's farewell Saturday night's main event show back in December. She was part of the NXT contingent that was on that show. Um, she's also been in the Iron Survivor. She's held the Women's NXT North American Championship and the women's speed title at the same time, and and she faced Liv Morgan in her debut in the roster match, guys. So she's one for the future. She's one of my favorite wrestlers on WWE's on WWE's roster. She's a former gymnast and former external in a L program. Graduate through the NXT Performance Center. That's how she got her start in NXT. And yeah, she is one of the most gorgeous women on WWE's roster. Or I know she owns a massive solo Alpha. And yeah, shout out to Sean. I look forward to Sean's comments in this one, as I know Sean's a big Soldier Alpha. And so yeah, so that's fine. Well, I did um have some good offense here, guys. A pretty good match here again, and for him. So probably one of the best matches of the night. You see the vision backstage with you see the vision backstage with her Kathy Kelly, but on break or Austin the Torino Hogan Paul were backstage. Hogan Paul was first to respond to Kathy Kelly. How you feeling? Um, how you feel? How do you feel about our actions against Azawa and uh, Otis? Um, sorry, his name escaped me for a second. Yeah, Hogan Paul says we run the poll here, but the poll just taking out those uh, idiots. Isn't that right, Maxine's to play occupied with he said, yeah, that actually, the way my boy took out, um, um, to look out that face autism to and squash as album was amazing. Austin the area and says I'm a tag team champion. I've got this girl right here, and um I've got the best tag partner, who I'll get the best partner. I forget he says if you get anything to say to old Ron, just kill here's arm and then goes to the ring. He calls out over for Emmy. He says, "Oh, Bill, let's see who the future WWE as you I think you'll the future come out and take Uh, um, so Paul Heyman comes out and he says, as the wise man, I know what I know what is wise to do and what is unwise to do. Um, 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 Ron basically he says, Heyman, and I'm calling and now over, and there's nothing you can do. Heyman tries to stop, but our outcomes, um, outcomes, if he then, and says, um, Barack is none knew who the future was. The fans know who the future was, and so has Paul Heyman. Uh, there is a wee bit more sparring in them. I think power on actually go, was up to Oban that Linux is there's going to be a physical confrontation. Heyman says you take one step, you take one more step towards over after you're the on I've been a promoter for 40 years, and I know when the main event is happening, and this is a big money main event where you're part of a corporate empire. On more don't take one more step. They could have outbid the corporate empire and that was kind of a tone deaf for I know what Heyman was going for or here, but that line was a bit um rappy. It goes on about WWE being a public trading company. Um, so, so yeah, um, that's fine. Heyman says I've sorted a match for till the night's main event. Good up to both of you, and he shakes the hand of on break or he's the arms off. You've got Heyman shaking the hand Oba of Obafemi. It's, it confirms another match, I guess. For Sunday night's main event. Why is it Sunday when the actual um mm, name of the event's always been Saturday night's main event? A bit of confusion, guys. Then we get the backstage segment with Stephanie yeah says she can't wait to destroy Roxa and Perez last week because next week as a rock Sanzo on the couch is not forgotten. Becky Inch comes and she says she'd get a bigger up problem than the rock Sanpere. She'd get easier go on after a title you get bigger problem. Comes in the judgment day, Steph and Juggler, and then she says she's willing to go over by as well. So pretty good segment. We do get another number one contenders match between Dragon E and Doctor Wagner Free, but before that we get a backstage segment of the Usos Canterbury Jacob Fatu saying we've done something you couldn't do, but bring back so to the bring back so to the ball or to ein Jacob that so for and then they say get into the spit and stop looking sad so was coming back to the what do I ein so this match between Doctor Wagner Free and Dragon Lee is again not a bad match. Here I preferred the one before it. This is for the right to move on in the tournament to the semi-finals to face Ray Phoenix. Um, so this match was actually pretty good. Doctor Wagner Jr. Michael Cole says, well, it's El Io the Doctor Wagner Jr. El Io means the son of, so he's the son of Wagner Jr. Um, so he's the odd generation is other was Richard Ora. They mentioned that in commentary as well. So he's come from both parents having wrestling careers. You have um you have Dragon, he who's second generation, Michael Cole, and Joseph Wagner Free has competed for both of the North American Championship and the NXT against Ethan Page and for the United States Championship and SmackDown. So yeah, has a WWE pedigree in appearances. This is his first Monday Night Raw appearance, and he's excited about it. Dragon Lee does beat him if the operation. Dragon pretty good match here, pretty so. I'd like to have seen what I of the entrance of the streamers. It just adds to the entrance, adds to the field, the entrance. Um, so now we get the Intercontinental Championship match between Triple H General manager in WWE and Triple A Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio up against Intercontinental Champion Chad Gable. Now, Rey Mysterio has held the IC belt twice. This is Chad Gable's first reign. The commentators talk about Chad Gable's redemption, arcing about him making peace with all the luchadors, which have explained in previous reviews. They actually mentioned that this title match was a peace offering. Um, the Buffalo, New York, and crowd double are in favour of Rey Mysterio of throughout much of this match. Um, so every time Chad Gable hit a big uh, beat angle slams or attempting to go over an ankle lock or a suplex, the crowd would boo. Um, so then, um, Rey Mysterio goes for the 6-1 injury up at the time another Chad Gable kicks out. Um, so then we get so then we get to so the so then we get the uh mm, so then we get the knife of our um of our on the stereo for Chad able to get the win. He did get the ankle lock on him a few times, but he didn't. A pretty good match here, guys. This was a match of the year candidate. I wouldn't mind seeing these two square off again. Um, and of course, he straps a belt to Chad Gable as a sign of respect. Pretty good match here. Uh, yeah, and I do agree with each report April. Us, then the Bloodline delivers so also qua ceremonially aims to end the show. Roman says an off-pill in around bring so subject to out in his suit and his rules age etc. We get a bit build up get a build up package that Roman Reigns introduced in him angels that they're all debuting it for the tribal combat match that was won by Roman Reigns. The deal was Solo had to take no huge Roman, and there's been this sort of ducking and diving from the sure ever since. Um, and from Solo, it says the sight of you. It says the sight of you. It says the sight of you. Pisses me off. Oh, okay. oh, look at the gear you're decked out, and you've got a nice watch, you've got and a nice suit and a nice chain. He rips the shades from Solo's face. He stamps on them. He says it's time for you to join the ball. Or, Solo refuses. The beatdown committee and she's super super kicks in the corner for two actually throttles him with the tongue and death grip Roman and arcs Jacob to say and that's enough of outcomes L Unite to try and make the save. It looks as though the Bill on the line are getting the upper hand. They drag so over to Ellen. He says, "You brought him into this now. I'll finish it here for family finish it, and it looks as though Solo is loading up for the Simone's fight. Um, and then he ends up jabbing Ro- Roman with night night and so team up to hold off the bubble at the line so hits a similar on bike injury also on the outside of the ring. Jay is propped up by the security barrier. That's when so hits us a moon spike. Uh, Night hits Night hits the BFT on Jimmy Uso and the ring hits on the Roman Reigns and then and the and I so to Jacob what you gonna do but Jacob just stands in a corner throughout this. He's probably sick of Roman's um treatment of him as well. So yeah, so Michael Cole has night pass of Roman Reigns enough for him to get a title shot. So it's obvious that there'll be a heel turn from Solo Sikoa at Sunday night's main event because I thought it was going to happen tonight, but I thought it was going to happen in the Raw, but it's obvious it's going to happen at Sunday night's main event. But yeah, I would much rather see Knight get his moment as a world champion. The guy deserves it, but I don't think it'll happen. But the segment was well handled. You do get a few good matches on this show. The two tournament matches, the Javon match was okay as well, solid. You could have probably have had a wee bit more promos on this show. The match quality I thought was good. I'm not into Danhausen or big uh, asshole that much, but it is variety show. That's what the S1 should be. Nice to see a Scal get a good bit of offense, and Doctor Wagner Jr. gets offense in as well. So I know Ira had a good match. The opening segment with Stephanie Air of Morgan and Becky and yeah, all pretty good stuff. I would just like an other promo in here as well, just to balance everything. But overall, guys, I'm gonna give this a solid 7 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will I'll see you all very soon for another video. My NXT review will be moved to Thursday as obviously I'm at the football tomorrow night, so apologies for that. So yeah, so that'll be moved to Thursday. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. A bit of a shorter review today. There isn't really that much to cover. It was a solid enough show. I think a 7 out of 10's about right. Let me know in the comments. Your thoughts. Comments. Subscriptions and likes are appreciated. I'm trying to hit 600 before the year is out. 600 subscribers. So yeah, guys, that'll do it here, and I'll see you all in the next video. That'll probably be on Thursday. So I'll see you then for the NXT review, the delayed NXT review. So yeah, see you and thanks for the support and for tuning in, and I'll see you over very soon.